Hello guys, so I'm Gladiator. I normally play PlayStation games. I try to go for the Platinum. I've been doing this for a little over a year. I've been playing games way before that, but ever since I got the PlayStation, I just got really hooked to getting trophies. I've been doing that on Xbox as well, but not as obsessively as I've been doing it with PlayStation. As you can see, I just got 30 platinums over the period of just a little bit over a year. And yeah, I decided to just do a video about it. Just doing a video about showing all the platinums that I've gotten, all the 100% that I've gotten that have no platinum, games that are either too hard or just didn't catch really my interest. So, one quick note before I start this video. I wanted to tell you guys that I do live stream on Twitch every evening, every night, late of night. Maybe I'll start doing it a little bit earlier because I feel like I've been live streaming a little too late, not catching enough viewers. And I also notify my viewers whenever I start live streaming on Twitter at GladPGM. I'll put the links down in the description below. And yeah, so right now I should be live streaming, but I decided to take a break for a day, for a night on live streaming and just do a video about talking a little bit about the games I have planned them. Alright, so let's start this off. So the Playroom. So about the Playroom, it is a free game. It's more of a camera testing because when I bought the PlayStation, I also got the camera with the VR and everything. Yeah, because I was really wanted to get into VR because I was like, ever since I played it at a GameStop, they were like showing it. I was like, this is fun. I want it. I need it. So yeah, so I got both the PlayStation and the VR. So you might see some VR games here and there. As you can see, Job Simulator and the VR Worlds. So not much to talk about the Playroom. It's mostly like camera. There's not even VR. It's just camera games, and then they're mostly really easy to get. Yeah, you could see like some pictures of myself there. And then actually one of those trophies were actually pretty hard, which was Shuriken Master. Yeah, there we go. Which you gotta defeat every single enemy in the ninja course. Now that might sound easy, but the 6-axis on the controller doesn't always make it that easy. And then you gotta like just spam the little shuriken to get every single robot. Yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking to get. Give me a lot of anxiety to get it, but there we go. No platinum trophy for this one. Just one gold trophy, and that's about it. Alright, moving on to God of War. Really, really, really good game. Highly recommended. Probably one of my favorites. God of War 3 was also pretty good, which is also on the list with the remastered. But yeah, getting every single trophy was actually not that hard. Maybe beyond the exception of the, what were they called, the Valkyries, because they were pretty tough to beat, especially the Queen of the Valkyries. But once you got good gear, kind of know her moveset, it could be kind of okay to get. Some collectibles were kind of too much to get, like all the crows everywhere. Alright, moving on to Job Simulator. Another really easy platinum to get. Just play the game. It's a VR game. Just do your stuff that you had to do, and then you get it. PlayStation VR Worlds. I got it because it was the first game I played in VR, which had the London heist, which is actually pretty good. They even made another game later on, the developers. They did Blood and Truth, which I got. And I still gotta work on the platinum for that one. But this one, some games made me really nauseous. So I completely threw this game out of the window. I mean, not literally, but I just stopped playing for the trophies because I was like, nah, I'm just gonna get nauseous. It's too much for me. But I did play some of the games and they're pretty fun. And then other games are like way too hard. Like this one, Scavenger's Odyssey, really nauseating. And then the one where you have to like bounce the ball back, way too hard. I don't know why they made it so hard. Superhot VR. Now this one, it's one of the platinums I'm most proud of. It is in fact the rarest platinum that I have right now, according to psnprofiles.com. And it's a fun game. It's a really fun game. But you move a lot, and the VR for the PlayStation is not 360. Like, it doesn't capture every, like, angle of the VR headset. It only catches the front of it. So sometimes you might be, like, out of bounds a lot. And since it's a really moving game, it could get really annoying. And some of the challenges on this game are really, really tough. Like the real-time challenge, the game time, all of them. But I remember playing this and getting all sweaty all the time because it's so much movement. But a really fun game. And if you guys want to check it out, I don't recommend going for the platinum, but I recommend playing it for fun. Now, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Another classic from Call of Duty. Maybe one of the best Call of Duties, along with maybe Black Ops 1 and 2. And the Modern Warfare 2 was also pretty good. The new one is also good. Yeah, I don't like talking about all the exoskeleton Call of Duties and everything like that. But this one, pretty okay, except Veteran has 2 trophies that I would consider really, really hard. One being the Milestone Club, if I could find that now, which is this mission where you, this one, the Mile High Club, where you have to skydive to safety. So you got in this plane, and you got, I believe it's a minute or maybe 2 minutes, and you got to go through the entire plane on Veteran. Really, really tough. You got to use your flashbangs wisely, switch weapons so you don't have this time reloading. Yeah, really, really tough one. And then there's a mission before that, which I think is War Dog or Warhog or something like that, which is also really, really hard. But overall, it's not that complicated, and it is a really fun and pretty looking game. The Playroom VR. Now, what was this about? I think it was just like the Playroom, but it was Playroom VR. So just simple VR game. Do your stuff. DLC was free, I believe. Yeah, I wouldn't have paid for the DLC. God of War 3 Remastered. Like I said before, really good God of War. Had a couple annoying trophies. One of them you had to play on the hardest difficulty, I believe. Yeah, but most of those are pretty okay to get. There's this one, the 1,000-hit combo. Yeah, you're not gonna catch anyone doing this legit. I did it with those. It wasn't a glitch, but it was just a cheesy way to get it. So, well, what can I do? It's a 1,000-hit combo. It's just way too much to get it legit. They probably didn't think about this. But okay, let's move on to Spyro, which is the trilogy. So you got Spyro 1, The Dragon, 2, Ripto's Rage, and 3, Year of the Dragon. All 3 really good games. They're supposed to be kids' game, I believe. I mean, I don't know. I never really played the original Spyro game. I think maybe I had Spyro 1 or 2. But I never really played it as a kid on the PlayStation. The original PlayStation 2, I think they also had Spyro. Not entirely sure. But they're pretty good games. Really fun. But some of the missions just require so much like input precision, like perfect jumpings and everything, and time trials and everything. But they're all pretty fun games to play if you don't mind playing little child's game, I guess. Now, Destroy All Humans, also another one that was quite easy but quite time consuming because you had to go through multiple playthroughs. One playthrough you had to like first playthrough is just finishing the game and getting all the side missions, I think. But then you have like other, like I had to repeat the game because you gotta take control of like other enemies, like NPCs, and there was a lot of collectibles all around, so I just had to replay the whole thing to get all the collectibles. And really fun game. I played it when I had the PlayStation 2, and I was like, when I saw it that they had it for PlayStation 4, I was like, I gotta get this game. Moving on to The Last of Us. One of my longest 100%. Not only trophies, but 100%. Really, really good game. Recommended to anyone who's ever gotten a PlayStation to get The Last of Us, especially since The Last of Us Part 2 is coming up really soon. But yeah, some of the trophies, like for example, find all the collectibles, finish the game on survival of Ellie Joe, complete the game on easy, normal, hard, survival, easy plus, normal plus, hard plus, survivor plus, grounded plus, because I did get the grounded one here, completed on grounded mode and grounded mode plus. So it's just a lot of replaying the game over and over, getting all the collectibles, playing on multiple different difficulties. Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of things, and then the DLCs as well, and the multiplayer, which makes you have to reach the max level on both factions. So you're just like, okay. But yeah, it's a really good game. I think it took me maybe a month to get it. It's not difficult, it's just really, really grindy to get. But it's a really good game. Moving on to both Borderlands the Pre-Sequel and Borderlands 2. Really good games. Also really grindy, because you gotta reach level 50, you gotta do every side mission, then every DLC, and you gotta get, let me see, you gotta get, like, this one, for example, who you gonna call? You gotta do one mission with 3 other players. So I legit had to wait for 3 other players to join my game so we could have a 4-man party to be able to get the trophy. But it was pretty fun. People are really nice on the game, and they are really good games. Borderlands 2 being one of my favorites. Moving on to Minecraft. Yep, only missing 1 trophy for the Platinum, which I have no idea how I have not gotten it. But if you go over this one, passing the time, play for 100 days, which is 100 days in-game time, which I believe it's somewhere around 30 hours. And I feel like I've been playing Minecraft for longer than 30 hours, and I don't know if it's a glitch trophy, if it just doesn't pop. Maybe later on I'll just make a new world and play 30 hours on it and see if it pops or not, because 16% of people have it, and it's legit the only trophy I need for the Platinum. I haven't really touched the expansion packs. There are a whopping 12 expansion packs. So, yeah, I gotta get into those. But it's a pretty fun game, I guess. Can get a little tedious if you play it by yourself and if you don't have a lot of things to do. Alright, moving on to Vacation Simulator, which is another VR game from the same developers of Job Simulator. Really fun game to get. It's same exact, feeling and vibe from Job Simulator. Some of the memories, though, that you have to get are puzzle-based, and I'm gonna tell you, those puzzles were tough. I had to look online for some of those puzzles, because you gotta build, like, ice sculptures and sand castles, and they were, like, puzzle-wise. And I love puzzles, but not gonna lie, those were some really, really tough puzzles to do. Now, Creed. I wish I had the Platinum for Creed, but it requires you to play on professional mode, which I believe it is. Yeah, champion difficulty. And they're not playing around. They are tough. Maybe I just suck at fighting. That could be it as well. Maybe I just really, really suck at fighting. But it's tough. They are very punishing. Yeah, so I gotta just finish the game on champion difficulty. Maybe I'll do it someday. I don't know. Blood and Truth. So from the same developers as the London Heist and the other VR games that made me a little nauseous, but this one is pretty good. You play as a spy, and then there's an expansion already? Oh, I gotta get back on the game. I didn't know they had expansions. That's good. Okay, that's cool. Well, now I know there's an expansion for it. 1, 2, and 3. But I gotta go back to it, get the Platinum. I don't believe it's a hard Platinum. Just takes a lot of... Yeah, it just takes a lot of time consuming. like get all the hidden trophies, all the collectibles. But it's a pretty fun game. You could get a little nauseous from that game. Heavy Rain. It was free on I don't remember which month, but it was free on PSN Plus for members that had PSN Plus, so I got it. Really good game. The face movements of the characters was a little weird because they had a lot of face movements. But it's a really good game. Couldn't get the platinum though, because one of the platinums require you to not crash the car, and you gotta use once again the 6-axis movement on the controller where you have to tilt it around. And that is tough because it's not precise, and so I kept crashing the car all the time, so not good. Sonic Mania was also free for the month, along with Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human. So Sonic Mania is just really good game, really tough, because you had to get all the bonus stages. And surprisingly enough, this game has no platinum, which is really disappointing. Even though it only has 15 trophies, they're not supposed to be underestimated because they are really tough to get. You just gotta have a lot of patience. And yeah, well, Detroit Become Human, unlike Heavy Rain, has no crazy hard trophy like not crashing. But it is a lot of replay. You gotta replay it a lot. I remember playing day after day because the game is just so good. But there's so many things you gotta keep track of. You gotta keep track of if you're saving them all, if you're letting one of them die, if you're following the path where Connor wins or Marcus wins, where Kara dies, where they all live. It's a lot of, a lot of different paths that you could take. But it's a pretty good game. Highly recommended. Now this one is a mini game that was also free on PSN Plus. So it's a fun game. Crashes a lot for some reason on PlayStation. I think the PC version doesn't crash as much. It's a really hard game, but it's really fun. It's a really arcade racing game where you just have to complete laps as fast as you can, try to win the races, manage your boost levels. Yeah, so I think I was playing it and then my PlayStation Plus ended, so I couldn't finish it because you can't play the free games without having an active PlayStation account. Moving on to Injustice. I was going for the platinum, but then when developers put random loot boxes tied to trophies, then what can you do? There's nothing you could do. Oh, those are all the DLCs. I don't have the DLCs characters. But for example, the player matches, I'm fine with that. 200 online matches a little too much, but I'm fine with that. But when they go and they put, here, Catwoman must defeat Cheetah with the final hit coming from Catcall, except Catcall is a move that you get out of a loot box, so it's completely random to get that one. So I either play this game a lot until I get it, or I don't, and I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna play Injustice even though it's a good game for, no, who knows how long until I get the Catcall trophy. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, really good but really lengthy game. It gets really, really grindy, but it's a pretty good game. I still gotta go back to do the DLCs. I have done some of the DLCs, but I gotta go back for the rest of them. But it's a really good game. Highly recommended as an Assassin's Creed game. Haven't played the one before, which I believe it's Origins in Egypt, but from what I've heard is way less grindy than Origins. Now, Batman Arkham Knight also took me really long. Not really to platinum the game, because the game wasn't that hard to platinum with the exception of one trophy, I believe, which was gliding under all 3 bridges. But the DLCs are pretty good as well. Except you gotta get, if I'm right, was it the Red Hood? Nah. One of them you had to do, like, without messing up the combo or without getting hit. And that was pretty tough. It took me multiple nights to be able to get it, but I eventually got it. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Really good game. Really pretty graphics. I wish it was 60 FPS, but it runs at 30 with a lot of drops. Even on the PlayStation 4 Pro with performance mode enabled instead of graphical mode. Really good. Really good game. Lots of replaying, just like most of the Naughty Dog's games. Speed run, you gotta finish the game under 6 hours. Wasn't much of a trouble after replaying the game for so long. Kind of anxiety giving. And for the survival mode, I have all of them except 2, which is earn 1 star on all stages on crushing, and all 3 stars. But crushing is so hard. So hard on the survival game mode. I don't know why they did the survival mode. It just, for me, it doesn't fit Uncharted at all. But they did it. And what can I say? Shadow of the Colossus. 100% platinum. Also took, it wasn't hard, just took a lot of, trial and error trying to figure out how to fight the Colossus. Multiple gameplays. Because you had to increase both your stamina enough to be able to climb up to the very top of the building on the game. But it's pretty good. It's a pretty good game. MK11. Got it ever since release. Really good fighting game. Now, about it though, there's no real challenge in any of these trophies. Really, they're just really grindy. Like, get the 2 fatalities with every character. Complete 250 towers. It's what took me the longest. But that's about it. Not really good story. Really like the story. The animations are on point. They could fix the game a little bit. I mean, I haven't played it in a lot, but within grabs and low pokes. But really like the game. I even got it for the Switch. Alright, moving on. Uncharted. This was the Uncharted collection that I got. I haven't gotten it for free though. I did pay for the physical copy of it. But it comes with Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Because I really wanted to get it after Uncharted 4. Because I was like, this is a good series of game. And Naughty Dog does make pretty good games. So Uncharted, so what the collection brought was a new difficulty, which you could die in 1 to 2 bullets. So that was tough, because you mostly had to just, well, it did came with the extended, the brutal difficulty. It came as an extension, so you didn't need it for the platinum. But I always like to go for the 100% rather than the platinum, because that's what really satisfies me. But yeah, they're mostly the same. The first one being the most clunkiest out of them. The second being maybe the better one than the third one. I don't know. I remember the second one and third one being really different. But it took me a long time getting the brutal difficulty done because of how you cannot get shot at all. You just had to shoot from like this, like you had to like hug the wall and shoot from an angle where they wouldn't be able to shoot you, but you could shoot them. Tekken 7, the only thing not letting me get this platinum is the online matches, and for some reason I keep getting desynced on online matches, so for some reason I can't really do these. But every single player trophy that I have gotten, Tekken 7 is a really good fighting game. Really complicated in my opinion, but that's because I haven't put in enough time to it. Moving on to both Batman Return to Arkham, which is a collection of both the first game, Arkham Asylum, and the second game, Arkham City. Both really good game, just like Arkham Knight. Most of them is just, get all the combo of 10 moves, all the missions, all the Riddler trophies, which take a really long time, especially on the Arkham City game. And complete all the challenges. I remember the Catwoman, the Robin, Nightwing. Those took me really long time to get. All the, complete all the 40, no, where is it? All the 108 medals. I remember that taking forever, getting so frustrated at it. Then Marvel's Spider-Man, really really good game. Complete new game plus, all the DLCs. Sometimes the game would drop a couple frames, but I would just ignore it because the game was so good. I swear, this is probably one of the best PlayStation games, along with God of War, The Last of Us, you name it. Runs really great, besides a couple frame drops, like I said. Really great story, really great stealth parts for a Spider-Man game. Like, you wouldn't think like, oh, Spider-Man would be all stealthy, but I don't know. It's a really cool game. It could be tough at times, but yeah, it's all right. Blood-Borne. I got everything on the main game. Really want the DLC. I'm saving some money for the DLC because apparently people say that the DLC is way better, 10,000 times better than the main game, and I cannot wait to see that. But Blood-Borne is pretty okay. It's not that hard once you get the hang of it. I come from playing a lot of Dark Souls. Haven't played Sekiro yet, but it's a really different feeling playing Blood-Borne because the parry system is so different. You got the firearm and the different weapons, and you just move so fast and you don't really roll, you just dodge. But it's the whole nightmare and dreaming and being awake story-wise. It's really cool. It's a different type of game. Oh, talking about the Colossus though, they are really grindy. I don't know why they would put a boss at the end of Colossus that you have to fight, because it's so grindy. It's so grindy. But it's a good game. Alright, moving on to Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, which is a little mini game, let's say, like a preview of the Phantom Pain. It wasn't too hard to get this one, but it was also a lot of replaying and playing really carefully so you wouldn't get spotted when playing on harder difficulties. Pretty good game, not really much to talk about it. It's an introduction to the Phantom Pain, which I am gonna get this platinum. Even though I'm at 66%, there's still complete all the missions with S rank, all the missions, all the mission tasks. I'm still doing that. I'm close to ending it. I believe I'm at 89% on the game. I still gotta get the one where you gotta get the nuke, which might be a little hard. Hard, I mean grindy. Construct all the available platforms from the base, working on that. Yeah, there's a lot of grindy trophies. I'm working on it. Alright, we're getting really close to the end here. So, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, never really got into it. Really wanted to get into it, but I think I mostly got it because of all the characters and how iconic the game is. But even though I love fighting games, I don't know if I'll be able to get it, because I do believe, look, a 10 game win streak in ranked, and people just been playing this game ever since it released. So yeah, good luck for me trying to get this one. But it's a pretty fun game to play if you know how to do bless me. Alright, if you know how to do combos and stuff and you know how to hold your ground, then it's a pretty good game to play. Catherine Full Body. Always wanted this game ever since I saw a gameplay release on Catherine on the original Xbox. Well, not the original Xbox, the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. I still gotta get a lot of hidden trophies, and they're not really hard to do as long as you know how to do it, with the exception of Babel Towers. Babel Towers are just challenging. They're constantly falling towers, and you gotta climb all the way to the top as quickly as you can. If you have two controllers, they say it's easier because you gotta climb less steps, but it's still a really tough one to do, especially if it's just you by yourself. And then this game, I believe, has 18 different endings, so you just gotta replay the game over and over again. But at least it's a pretty fun game. The intro might get a little boring if you watch it too many times, but the endings are worth it in my opinion. And now they added a new character as well, and it's just a Japanese game. You know how those goes. Alright, moving on to Street Fighter V. Really good game. Apparently the beginning was rough. I didn't get into the Street Fighter V in the beginning of it. I just got into it like whenever I got the PlayStation over a year ago, and it's a good game. It's really tough at first to get the fundamentals, the basics and everything. And people have been playing Street Fighter for a really long time, way before me, so it's hard. It's hard when you gotta get some of the online trophies, like the winning 300 matches, for example, or get to Silver and Golden League, which I haven't gotten yet. So, yeah, apparently most people are still in Bronze, which I'm still in Bronze as well. But it's not that easy to do. Maybe I'll keep playing some more, trying to level up my Ibuki playstyle, who knows. Grinding a million fight money. But it's a good game, so maybe I'll just go back to it. Goat Simulator. Now, this game was free. Obviously, I wouldn't have paid for Goat Simulator, but it was free. And I did pay for the DLCs because there was so many DLCs and I just wanted to get them all done. Really grindy, really WTF as a game, but it's pretty fun to play actually. You just, just do goat stuff and glitches, and I don't know. One of those trophies though is really difficult, and I actually went to sleep and I just gave the controller to my girlfriend to be able to get it, and I just slept the whole night while she was doing it, which, if I could find, is a Flappy Goat, which is a reference to Flappy Bird, but it's alright. Flappy Bird is hard enough as it is. Well, I'm not finding it. Whatever. So Flappy Bird is already hard enough as it is. So this one, they made it even harder because you have to. I don't know. It's just the controls sucked even more than Flappy Bird. But yeah. And then all the DLCs, it's a really weird game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I got really scared with this game because whenever you go on the lobby system waiting for games, the PlayStation doesn't cap the frame rate. So the PlayStation just tries to run the lobby at uncapped frame rates at really high. So the fans just go at really high RPM. And the PlayStation just goes really loud. And you just go like, okay, why is this a thing? But the story is pretty good. Really short story, I think. But it was pretty good. Not that hard compared to other Call of Duties. Spec Ops, on the other hand, are really difficult. One of them, I glitched it because I didn't want to spend a whole eternity trying to get it. So, I'm sorry. I always try to do things legit, but if they are just very impossible, I just go for the glitch if there is an opportunity for it. Borderlands 3. Now, this one, I have gotten the 100%. Really good game. Also scary because twice it has happened that I got the display message of the PS4 being too hot, even though I had a fan pointing towards the PlayStation to keep it cool. But still, way too crazy for the PlayStation to handle. Apparently, Xbox also had that problem. I saw people complaining it on the forums. But not as grindy as Borderlands 2 or the pre-sequel. Haven't played the first one, so I don't really know about that. But it's a really good game. Same deal. Reach level 50, complete all the side missions, all the proving grounds, all the arena missions. Really good game. Not as funny as the second one in my opinion, but still really good. Haven't touched the DLC yet, but it is gonna happen at some point. And last but not least, we got The Sims 4 with 0 trophies because I just started the game. I have never played The Sims before. I watched a couple of videos on it, and it is a game of life. It is not really my style of game. Maybe I'll just put my girlfriend to do this one as well. Because, look, have a Steam stay awake for 24 hours. Play Household for 26th generation. They're not that hard, right? But they're just really time consuming. But, yeah. Maybe I'll keep cracking at this game until I get the 100%. And that's about it about my whole trophy list. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys can follow me on Twitter at GladPGM. Once again, links down below in the description. Sorry for the really long video, because I have a lot of trophies that apparently I had to talk about. And you could tune into my Twitch. I still got a lot of games to platinum. Like I said, The Sims. There's going to be Bioshock Collection 1, 2, and Infinite, which came free this month with the PSN Plus. Also, I got a lot of games in my shelf yet, like Sekiro, for example. Let me see what else. Nier Automata, Devil May Cry, Skyrim. Even though I played Skyrim so many times, I still want to go for the Platinum Trophy. And I just wish you guys the very best. If you like the video, don't forget to like if you want. If you don't want, it's fine as well. You could also subscribe. And you mostly find me on Twitch rather than YouTube. But every now and then I might post a couple YouTube videos. And take care, guys.